you will have a chance to ask a question. If we don't have time in the 10-minute question and answer period, save it and we'll hit you on the next one.
My name is Dwayne Helmos. I'm a Sergeant Major in the United States Army. The Sergeant's Major Academy is the proponent for the Army's non-commissioned officer education system. It's the only one of its kind.
The military's teaching method is based on the team method, the team mission, the team works together. And the college-university system, we're more of a competitive nature. It's more the individualism, and everybody's for themselves, and we're all actually working against each other, competing against each other for grades. You want to elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, at the Sergeant's Major Academy, we have, our classrooms are designed to be small group instruction. The teacher is not a teacher. The teacher is a facilitator.
Is that a lot of times we're smarter than the professors. For instance, Ron is an accountant. I mean, for him to sit in an accountant class with an accountant teacher who has no work experience and has never left the university, you know, it's not challenging for Ron. The same if you sit in class with somebody who has no experience in computers and stuff like that. So, but I know that the military is very hands-on, and you want to make sure that all of your sergeant majors have experience. Could you elaborate a little bit on that? Or
sure.
But anyway, Mary, that goes back to the concept that all of their facilitators have hands-on experience. Yeah, you won't get a facilitator that just read it in a book. I mean, he's done it.
Another thing that is good is, as we talk about the experience of our facilitators, some of them say when they were like 10 years in the Army, were instructors already for their occupational specialties.
Because a lot of those a lot of the consultants, and Ron, you're a consultant, you've done a lot of consulting work, a lot of times consultants get contracts based on politics, not what they know and things like that. So, you know, they make a contribution to a senator, so then they go into the, not the Sergeant Major's Academy specifically, but you know, they go into the military and they train a lot of things that is, you know, it makes no sense to anybody. But anyway, I wanted to go back to the concept. My perception of the military has always been a bunch of men that will go around fighting people. But that's not the way it is anymore, is it? I mean, you go into a country now, like Haiti, you go into a country not to fight them, but to build their economy. Could you expand on that a little bit? Because I think it's really interesting. They have open book tests, which is really funny, and Sergeant Major Amador is telling me this. They have open book tests, and like, we have an open book test, we bring our class book. 6 o'clock in the morning, you see all the sergeant majors coming with boxes and boxes for their open book test. I mean, it's really unreal. Well, the military has always condensed a lot of information into a small space, into a small class, and I think that's why they've been so good at.
See, it used to be that people would cram, and once you took an exam and you passed, you'd have a ring, and you'd start again. Well, in order to retain, you know, there's a lot of iterations here in order to retain something.
If it's sophisticated,
good analogy.
It is sophisticated.
Yeah.
It's very sophisticated. It's almost like a graduate level course.
Well, the point here is, and sometimes I make this mistake by my actions, it can be a graduate level course. It should be a graduate level course. But because of the time spent in the military, some of these soldiers and NCOs have not had the opportunity to have any college whatsoever.
professor, so that you see the students as actually something that gets in the way. I mean, the students are always secondary to your research and secondary to this, and a lot of the professors, given their goal to publish or given their goal to something else, anything but the students, they always take anything but the students. But the sergeant major was telling me, and I think that's very good, because in the military they're getting a lot of different military leadership styles.
Everyone has a leadership style. Everyone has. We're taught leadership development. We're taught the different styles of leadership within the Army. There's the directing style, there's the participative style, there's the delegative style. One of the things I like to do is keep my people informed at all times. An informed soldier is a better soldier. You learn leadership competencies. You learn the principles of leadership. You know, you understand about the factors of leadership. Going back to leadership, we learn the competencies, we learn the principles, but we take leadership and you'd have to apply it in every instance that you have. On the other side of the coin, you have participative leadership, where you allow subordinates or groups to take the initiative to complete an action. But the decision for that action still rests with you as the leader. So you have to understand that. The third style is that of the delegating style. When you delegate your leadership, you only provide your subordinates with that opportunity to be as confident in their decision-making process as you are with their decision-making process and your own. You have to have moral courage to make the tough decision. When you understand leadership, and we are taught the different leadership styles, it is everybody's own individual preference to take whatever leadership skills that you learn and experience from and make it your own.